Well, here we are at Lesson 7. It's great to have you back, and guess what? I am proud of you. Have you had a chance to show anyone your ability to listen to a 20-digit number and hear it one time and repeat it forwards and backwards at hearing it once? Isn't that amazing? People look at you and say, well, are you just visiting our planet, or are you really one of us? They can't believe that you can do this. Doesn't it help you in realizing that I do have a great mind? The issue is that I've never had my mind trained. What we're going to do today, we're going to train you. We're going to advance you in the things you've already been doing and helping you go through your pegs, learning how to take the pegs, your visual symbol system, and advance it to, don't miss this, 1,000 pegs in the visual symbol system. Can you believe that? 1,000 pegs. I had one of my students, James, he was in college, and he took his physics book, and he showed it to me. He said, Jack, here I have 100 pages, and I put 100 pages in my mind. Can you believe that? 100 pages, everything on the physics book, he knew it. He'd locked it down in sequence and out of sequence. What I want to do on this tape, in Lesson 7, I want to introduce you to 3 laws of learning. Has anyone ever taught you the 3 laws of learning? I'm referring to the law of primacy, the law of recency, and the law of rhythmic rehearsal. You say, well, Jack, why is that so important? When you're learning, you need to know how your mind works. You need to know how you retain things, and studying how to get the most out of the information, how to get the most out of the time to retrieve the information, to lock it in your mind, and to keep it there for the test and for life. Not just for the test, but to keep it there for life. And I'm going to show you a system where you can keep information in your mind for life. These 3 laws, again, is called the law of recency, the law of primacy, and the law of rhythmic rehearsal. Let's first of all discuss the law of recency and the law of primacy, and then we'll discuss the law of rhythmic rehearsal. Let's say if you're studying for 1 hour, there are 2 peaks in this 1 hour. The first peak is in the first few minutes, and then the last peak is at the last of the hour. So those are 2 highs, 2 peaks where you're going to know the most and learn the most. The first peak is called the law of primacy, which means the first few things that you put into your mind when you begin studying, that's normally what you're going to take into the long-term memory or short-term memory and hold it. And the last few things that you're going to hold. For example, if you're meeting, let's say 5 people, normally you're going to remember the first person and the last person, but not the ones in the middle, because that is the innate law that we have in our minds, we're born with, this law of recency and the law of primacy. The law of recency means the last one, the last name that you heard, then that's one you're going to keep in your mind. The law of primacy, the very first name that you heard. If you're listening to, let's say, a 7-digit number, you'll remember the first couple numbers and then the last couple numbers or last number because of the law of recency and the law of primacy. So the law of recency means the last number, law of primacy, the first number. So if you're studying, let's say, for example, rather than just receiving 2 peaks, 2 highs during the study period, take it and break it in half. If you were to take the 1 hour, and break it into 2 30-minute segments. So in the first 30 minutes, let's say you stop and then you review the information. So you're working in harmony with the law of primacy and the law of recency. So you would have 2 learning peaks, 2 highs. And then the next 30 minutes, then you will have 2 more. So rather than just having 2 peaks by studying for 1 hour, the first hour and the last part of the hour, you're going to have 4 learning peaks. Now let's really increase that. Let's say if you are studying for 1 hour, but you study for 15 minutes, and then you review those 15 minutes. So you have 2 peaks there. And then the next 15 minutes, you have 2 more peaks. Then another 15 minutes, another 15 minutes. So rather than having 2 highs, 2 learning highs, you're actually going to have 8 learning highs. So you can actually, the theory goes, you could actually learn 8 times more information if you break it into small chunks where you're going to have a learning high at the beginning of it and a learning high at the end of it. So that's called the law of recency and the law of primacy. That's why in speaking, speech coaches will tell their students, they say, come in with a strong introduction. Really hit them at the very beginning. Make sure that you're letting them know that that's an impact. So they're paying attention right then. So make a good introduction, good impact at first because you're working with the law of primacy. So they see you, make a good first impression. Stand on that stage, say something that's going to hit them, give impact, or they're going to remember you. And then the close is so, so important. The last few things you're saying, that is the law of recency. A good conductor will do that. He'll start off with some great things, and then he'll end with a bang. And so you'll remember the symphony because of the law of recency, law of primacy. Now let's use the law of rhythmic rehearsal and understand that and how we can use it to retain information for life. You heard me correctly, for life. Let me give you an illustration. When I go into a company, many times I'll have 30 people stand up in front of the audience. I'll have each of them give me a single-digit number. So that's 30 numbers. So I'm hearing 30 numbers. It's an awesome demonstration. I'm not bragging on me. I'm bragging the techniques. You can do this easily by going through these tapes and learning these accelerated learning systems. So I'll listen to all 30 numbers, and I'll hear the 30 numbers. I'll turn to the audience, and I'll say, do you believe I have all those 30 numbers in my mind and give it to you forward or backward? And they said, there's no way. The whole audience has written them down. Then I'll say, all right, I turn to the people, I give it to them, I give it back perfectly, forwards and backwards. And then I'll ask the audience to keep those numbers. And because I'm usually working with a company for maybe 6 to 7 months, and I'll say, anytime you see me in the next 7 months I'm working with your company, anyone come up to me and ask me, Jack, do you know that number? Can you give it to me forward or backward? And I give it to them. Now, how am I able to do that? Do I just hear it one time and then review it, say, once every month or so? No, I don't. I use the law of rhythmic rehearsal. Now, listen closely because this will really help you to log whatever you want to retain, whatever knowledge is important to you for your job, your career, your vocation, or in school, what you're learning. Here's how to keep it for life by adhering to the law of rhythmic rehearsal. What I'll do with a 30-digit number, this is a great illustration for anything you want to recall and keep for a long period of time. That first day, I'll go back and I'll review it the next day. I'll take, say, 10 minutes and review it the next day. Now, I'll do that once a day for a month, for about 30 days. And then after that, I'll review it once a week for a month. Once a week, then for 1 month. And then after that, I'll review it once every couple of months. And then eventually you're reviewing it, say, once every 6 months. If you use this law of rhythmic rehearsal and break it down into a rhythm, but first of all, you're doing it more to begin with to really lock it into your mind so it's transferred from the short-term memory into the long-term memory. Your short-term memory is called the rehearsal memory. You want to rehearse the information many times, but rehearse it with meaning and adhering to the 8 learning enhancers that I've given to you in Lesson 2. Now, that's a great thing to use, these 3 laws of learning. Now what I want to do, I want to advance your pegs. I've told you earlier we're going to take your visual symbol system. You've learned 0 through 9 now, 10 pegs in the visual symbol system. We want to advance this to 1,000 pegs. One of my students took this program and put in his mind, don't miss this, his entire Greek textbook, where his teacher could turn to any page and he could say, the teacher would say, okay, I'm on this page, and the student would say, well, read a sentence from the page, any sentence. And the teacher would read a sentence, and the student could recall the page number. It just blew the teacher's mind. So it's amazing. You have the entire Greek language textbook down. As I told you earlier, another one of my students is right now committing a 1,000-page medical textbook. As a doctor at the Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami, Florida. He's putting a 1,000-page textbook into his mind. We'll have it in sequence, out of sequence. Now, the value of this is that the person that has the information in their mind is going to be the leader. They will lead in life. All the information if you have at your fingertips rather than referring to notes for a speaker. This will help you immensely. I've had many of my students take this program. They deliver speeches, 1-hour speeches, 3-hour lectures with no notes. For example, I'm doing this whole program all 9 hours right now. We've got Constantine back there in the room. He's waving at me. We got 2 thumbs up, and he's looking at me. Constantine, do I have any notes? No notes. He's looking and said, no, Jack, no notes whatsoever. Constantine has the whole book there. He's looking at the books. We're going through it, but I have no notes. I'm not bragging on me. I'm bragging on the techniques. They work for anyone. Children from 8 to 80. That's why it's a great home study program. Now, to learn 1,000 pegs, how I devised this many years ago, I said, how can I take it from this basic system and advance it not just to 100 pegs, but to 1,000 pegs. This will briefly explain it to you. What we're doing with this, we are taking it and breaking it into themes. It's a thematic, mnemonic memory system. The visual symbol system, we're going to advance it from the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, those 10 pegs. That's the basic. That's the fundamental foundation. Just like your numbers when you have number 1. So that's the basis for your teens. Your 2 is what? You're teaching a child their numbers. You say 2. Now, honey, we're going into our 20s. The 2 will be our 20s. And 3, that's the basic for your fundamental for your 30s. We're doing the same thing with these visual symbol pegs. Now listen closely and see it in your mind and think and connect the meaning to this as we go through it. So 0 is the baseball. So 0, 0 to 0, 9, your theme is a ballpark. I want you to think of a ballpark. You have to remember these now, memorize it now. I want to familiarize you with it and orient you to it. We're going to be applying as we go through the rest of the programs. Now, 0, 0 to 0, 9, this is the theme, the ballpark theme. Why? Because the baseball represents the ballpark. Now, 1 is the pen, so 10 through 19, this is the theme, the school theme. Why? Because 1 represents, it signifies in this program a school, things that deal with school, things that are associated or connected to the school. So see in your mind's eye a school theme. 1, 10 through 19 is a school theme. Now, 2 is the swan. So 20 through 29 is your nature theme, all things that deal with a nature. And you'll see the pegs, how they work here. If you're trying to recall something in your 20s, if you go back to your basic fundamental theme, that'll enable you to lock in and to recall it, retrieve what the individual visual symbol peg is just by remembering the theme. You think, okay, 2, my swan, okay, my 20s, the swan's nature. Oh, it's a nature theme. So 3 now is the lips. So 30 through 39, this is your mouth theme. Everything to do with a mouth. Your mouth is the mouth theme. Now 40 through 49, so the 4 is your sailboat. So this is the nautical theme. Things to do with the water, the ocean. So it's a nautical theme. 5 is a dog. 50 through 59, this is your canine pet theme, the dog pet theme. Now, 6 is the monkey's tail. So 60 through 69, this is a tropical theme. A monkey dealing with the tropics, dealing with the jungle, so it's a tropical theme with the monkey. 7 is your putter. So 70 through 79, this is your golf course theme. Things that relate to a golf course, things that can be associated with a golf course. 8 is a snowman. So 80 through 89 is your winter theme. So you have Frosty the Snowman, you have the snowman there, so everything related to a winter theme in your 80s. 90, so 9 is what? This is your balloon, so 90 through 99, this is a party theme. So all the things associated with the party. So that's the 9 is the balloon, represents a party. 90 through 99 is a party. Now that's your themes. Now, what I want to do, I want to increase your pegs. You have your pegs 0 through 9. We're going to increase these now. I'm going to take you from 10 to 29. So let's go through and look at your book. It's very important if you do have the book there, or sometime it's important to look at this because some of the images that if I say to you, maybe you can't really draw those out in your mind, but we have an artist that's drawn these out. You can see these clearly and helps to reinforce the imagery in your mind's eye. So you want to hear me saying it. That's the auditory memory. You want to see it, which is the visual imagery. Then if you can move your body, this is the kinesthetic memory, which is the movement of your body, and your body actively involved in the learning process. Now let's increase our pegs now. We're going to go from 10 through 29. Now 10 is the image. Look in your book. This is a basketball. And you say, well, Jack, why is it a basketball? Now I only have one picture per visual image. I didn't want to have two pictures. For example, you say, well, why didn't you have a pen, a fountain pen, stuck in a basketball? Well, you would have two images. I don't want to do that. When you have your double digits, I just want to convey one picture, not two pictures. So it's thematic. So the one represents the school theme. So all the picture is just a basketball. You see the zero is a basketball. So 10 is a basketball. You're playing basketball in school. All these things that we have from 10 to the 19 represent a school theme. Now we have the picture I want you to see. 11 is a pen and pencil set. With all these like 11, 22, 33, 44, all these double numbers that are the same, I'm going to have it where they're encased in something, and you're going to see that what they're encased in, that will signify the image. For example, rather than just having two pens, I want you to see a pen and pencil set that's in this plastic set together. You see the pen and pencil together in this little plastic set. So that's what you want to look at and visualize in your mind. A pen and pencil set go together. So that's 11. So that's in the school theme. 12, look at your book. This is a gooseneck lamp. See how it looks like a 2, looks like a number 2 on your desk. So turn the 2 there for 12 into a gooseneck lamp. So that's number 12. 13, this you see it's actually a butterfly wings. You see the butterfly, part of the body, and then the wings coming out to the side. So like your biology in class, so that's butterfly wings. So that is 13. So visualize 13. Now, 14, this is a chair, an upside-down chair, like you're in school and you're cleaning the floors and turn the chairs upside down. So it's an upside-down 4 for 14. That's 14. Visualize that. Now, for 15, I want you to see this is a stapler. It's like a staple gun. It's a stapler gun. So that's 15. Look in the book and you can really visualize this. Now I want you to turn the tape off and go over those 5 right now. Let's review those right now. So turn the tape off and review this. Very important to take the time to review it right now for the law of recency, law of primacy, and then the law of rhythmic rehearsal. So turn it off right now and review those. Great. Very good. I know you're doing well on this. Let's continue. 16 up to 19. 16 is the upside-down tape dispenser. See the upside-down tape dispenser, and that is the picture for 16. Why? Because it relates to school, back to our school theme. 17, see it as a straw. It's one of those bent straws, the straws that have the little section in it where you can bend it down. That's the bent straw. So that's 17, like you're in school and you're using the straw for milk or for soda. So that 17 is the straw. And that's a school thing. Okay, 18. See, 18 is an hourglass. 18 is an hourglass. Visualize this. See it in your mind's eye. Look at it in the paper. So it looks like the hourglass. It's no longer snowman because we're going to a different theme. So once you think thematically, that's in themes, it locks that in your mind. You're thinking, okay, for 18, what is it? We have the hourglass. The teacher has the hourglass on the table and turns it over, say, for a timed test, maybe a 30-minute test. 19, I want you to visualize now, this is a lollipop. So you're in school, kids receiving lollipops are doing well in school. So that's 19. Look at 19. That's excellent. Now turn the tape off and review those for the next couple of minutes. Please review these. Lock these in your mind because it's crucial for you to develop this pre-coded framework because we're building our memory filing cabinet where we can put 1,000 things in our mind, whatever you want to retain. It's so important to build your memory, but to have this pre-coded framework. So turn it off at this time. Great. Hope you got all of those down. Lock those in your mind. That's 10 through 19. Now let's go 20 through 29. This is our theme that we're going to start applying this and learning things with this. I have something we're going to learn. We're going to begin learning, guess what? All 43 presidents of the United States. Do you know those? If I were to ask you right now, well, who is the 16th president of the United States? A lot of people know that. That's Abraham Lincoln. If I were to say, okay, what's the 30th president of the United States? Well, that's Calvin Coolidge. Did you know that, the 30th president? Do you have these presidents in sequence, out of sequence? Say you're on this TV show, who would like to become a millionaire of that TV show? And then they say, okay, the president of the United States. You say, oh, wow, I'm so glad I've got this in my mind. I knew from this program you were a genius. I learned those in 1 hour. Well, you're going to learn all 43 presidents with these pegs. Let's continue our 20s. 20 now, this is a picture of, visualize with me. I want you to see that's a theme. Now we're into a new theme. The 20s, this is your nature theme. So it's dealing with the swan, the nature theme. So think of the 0 with this. That's the moon. So see the moon. The moon is glowing down the pond in the nature themes. That's moon is 20. 21 is a tree. Visualize a tree for 21. See that? That's the 1, the shape like the 1. All these Arabic numbers, my visual imagery, the right brain visual representation looks like the Arabic number. So really see those connections. 22 is 2 swans in a nest. You see, I'm putting them together and think of them in a nest, maybe the mom and pop swan in a nest. That's 22. 23 is this little frog sticking out his head on the side. So it's leaning his head from on the side behind a tree, and you can see those 2 huge frog eyes. Those 2 frog eyes sticking on the side. Looks like 3, number 3 there. So I see these frog eyes for 23. Very good. Really see it. Lock it in your mind. Now, number 24 is a picture of the 4. I have it shaped like a flower. So 24 is a flower. So visualize that. See it in your mind's eye. 25 now, this is a picture of a rabbit. So see a rabbit. See, it looks like the dog shape, but this time it's a nature theme, and this is the rabbit. It's 25. Now again, turn the tape off. Let's chunk these in chunks of 5 and visualize it like this in your mind at this time. Review these, please. Turn the tape off and review these. Great. Let's go now from 26 through 29. 26 is the 6 for the 20 is a tadpole. So see a little tadpole there for 26. Visualize it. Look in the book and see it. See, it's a tadpole turned up on the end, and it looks like a number 6. 27 now is a duck. A duck is facing to the left there, and see this duck. The profile of the duck looks like a number 7. That's the nature theme. Duck is 27. 28, I want you to visualize now. This is a picture of a lily pad. See, 2 lily pads connected together, and it looks like a number 8. Number 8. So that's 28 is 2 lily pads. So it's the nature theme. 29 now, visualize 29, and this is a praying mantis. See, it's shaped like the 9. I've got it as a little praying mantis there is 29. So that gives you now, you have 1 through 29 pegs. Now turn the tape off and review those, please. 26 through 29. Lock that in your mind. Great. Isn't this fun? Isn't it amazing? We're increasing our visual symbol system up to 29 pegs now. Now, what I want to do, I want to begin teaching you the presidents of the United States, all 43 presidents, and start locking those in your mind. You'll be amazed. This is a great confidence builder. In the first 3 hours, see, my purpose in the first 3 hours is orient you to this whole field and science of mnemonics, a memory aid. You have glasses, and the eyeglasses, it's an aid to your vision. If a person has crutches, there is aid to their walking. So this is a memory aid, a fantastic memory aid. It's been around for thousands and thousands of years. Now, we're going to start memorizing the presidents. Let's take the first president. The first president, number 1, is a pen, and so this is Washington, George Washington. So we're going to associate his name to the visual peg. So 1 is a pen. So let's have George Washington washing all these pens. Here he is, washing the pen. Martha, honey, you gave me so many pens to wash, honey. I just got to wash. Here he is washing all his pens, and tons of pens, washing tons of pens, washing tons. That's very good. See, I'm doing this. It makes learning fun. Number 2 is a swan. So this is Swan. So this is John Adams. So the swan is going into the John. Okay, so the swan is looking into the John. And guess who's on the John? This is Adam, like Adam and Eve, the first people in the Bible. So you have Adam on the John, who the swan looking, I'm sorry. Can I have any privacy at all? God made the John for
Adam and Eve, and you have the whole land, you have the whole earth there, and we just have this John. Could you please just give us some privacy? Give Adam some privacy. So here's the swan trying to go into the John. So this is really, really funny. So see this and visualize it in your mind's eye. Make it funny. Make it humorous, okay? So that's two. So that's swan going into the John. There's Adam and the John. Number three is lips. This is Jefferson. So I turned Jefferson into chef for son. So think of chef for son as a sound alike. I'll turn it into a sound alike. I'll substitute. So three lips. This is Jefferson. So it sounds like Jefferson. Let's say the chef has got this great meal. You've enjoyed it, succulent, and you want, let's say you're an Italian, and you want to kiss the chef. Like they'll kiss on both sides of the cheeks. That's where three is the kissing. We get the kissing from. And you want to meet the chef. And the chef comes out and he says, "Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed my food. So glad you enjoyed my food. And you kiss me and you're so affectionate. I thank you. Said this is custom is in our country. If you enjoy it, you ask the chef to kiss him. But I have my son, and he is my inspiration. My son is, and he is my little furry son. He's just born. And he's so furry. And would you kiss him because he's my inspiration? He didn't just share in this joy also. So please kiss him, my son, as well as the chef. Okay, so chef or son. Okay, so see, it's chef or son is the imagery on this. So you're kissing the chef and his furry son, chef fur son. See, I'm doing that. Now, number four is the sailboat, and this is Madison. And this little boy, he's on this boat, and he's climbing the mast all the way up there on the mast. He's going way up there on the mast, and you're mad at your son. Get down here. Come here, son. Get down. Okay, Daddy. I know I've climbed a little too high. I guess. Son, come here, son. I'm mad at you. I'm so mad at my son. Get off of the mast. Get down here, son, right now. So that's Madison. So 4 is the sailboats. That's Madison. Now 5 is the dog. 5 is the dog. You have this little dog. So this is the 5th president is Monroe. So see Monroe. So here you have this dog. He's in front with this megaphone. So like in this school rowing athletic event, he's out there in front of all the people rowing, and he's going, Monroe. Monroe. Come on, Mon. Let's go. Let's roll, Mon. Yes, Monroe. Mon. Come on, Mon. Let's roll, Mon. So here he is, Monroe. That's number 5, okay? Monroe. So visualize this. Now, I want you to go through 6 through 10. 6 is a monkey's tail. So see the monkey, he's going into John also. This is John Quincy Adams. John Quincy. So I'm saying Squincy because now Adam is squinting because he can't see because the John door opened up and is hitting into his eye. So that's John Squincy, John Quincy Adams. And so Adam is saying, here the swan came in, now the monkey wants to come in, use the John, said, please, can I have any privacy here? Can I please have any privacy whatsoever? So that 6 is the monkey's tail, so it's going into the John, but now Adam is squinting because the light's right in the middle of his eyes, he can't see, so it's John Quincy, but I'm saying Squincy Adams. So now really visualize this. That gives you the first 6 of these. Now go through those and let's review those in your mind. 6 of the first presidents. So the first one here is what? 1 pen, and you have what? Washing a ton of pens. Very good. You've got these down. That's excellent. We're going to continue on the other side of the tape in lesson 8 and continue going through all these in lesson 8 and 9 and finish up all 43. 2 is the swan. Swan goes into the John, and it's John what? Adams. That's John Adams. And 3 is the picture of the lips. You're kissing what? Sheffer. That's a Sheffer son. So see it kissing the chef, and it's the Sheffer furry son. You've got it. So it's Jefferson. 4 is the sailboat, and you have what? You're what? Mad at your son. So it's Madison. Very good. Isn't this fun? Isn't it amazing what you can do with your imagination? 5 is a dog. What's he doing? He's in front of the boat. They're rowing, and it's what? Monroe. Come on, Mon. Yes, Mon. Yes, Monroe. And 6 is the monkey's tail. He's going into what? He wants to go into John also, like the swan. And now Adam's still in there, but he can't see. It's kind of squinting because the light just burst in. It's, oh, monkey, come on. I'm sorry, Adam. I just wanted to use the John. Do y'all have your own? You have the world to use the bathroom in. I just have this little John. Can you please just give me some privacy? Please give me some privacy at all. Isn't this fun? You're going to lock in now all 43 presidents. Can you imagine if you learn like this in school? How would you like your 4th grade teacher
to tell you, kids, everybody stand up. We're going to learn all 43 presidents in 1 hour, and we're going to laugh our way through this. 43 presidents in 1 hour. What it would have done to you in your life if you've been introduced to learning like this, you've been introduced to your own mind. Here's your mind, how tremendous you are. Now let's get ready to go to Lesson 8 and advance our visual symbol system.